Welcome everyone to Complete Rants. My name's Dom, and I got a rant for you today. So, if you own an Xbox One, okay, and if you own any other HDMI devices, let's say Roku, Apple TV, a PlayStation 4, a Nintendo Switch, most HDMI, consumer HDMI devices that you'd have in an entertainment center can do this thing that the Xbox can't do, or at least I haven't found it been able to do since making this video. This has been a problem for a long time. So surely you've noticed, if you have a fairly modern day TV and any of those devices I just listed, that if you turn on the console or you turn on the Apple TV, that the TV turns on, right? And that's a super cool thing, especially because it'll change the input for you and all that other stuff. It just seems to like pair, right? It's kind of like magic, okay? That's a technology called HDMI CEC, which is like Center Entertainment Control. I don't know what the acronym stands for. I know what it does, which basically allows a device to identify itself in the HDMI network, so to speak, of like what it is and what it does and what the other devices are supposed to do when they interact with it. The biggest thing is that it can turn it on, it can turn it off, but it's state-based. So if the TV is on, you turn the PlayStation off, it'll turn the TV off. And if the TV is already off and then you go to turn the PlayStation off, it doesn't turn it on, right? It's not like a toggle thing. It's state-based. So Xbox, for whatever reason, doesn't have this technology. The thing came out in 2013. It doesn't support it. I saw like a Reddit post a while ago where I guess at some point there was a push this year in 2020 of an update that it was enabled and it was working, but then they took it down or it wasn't working. I don't know. Amongst all the other things that Microsoft's always changing about the Xbox with the UI and the buttons and the store and everything else, I never noticed it, and I look for it as often as I can. But it's really incredibly annoying that the console, that everything else can turn on the TV and the speaker system, and then everything can turn it off, but the Xbox can't. So you have to use the stupid IR port in the thing, which is like this implementation from the Kinect, so it can turn the TV on using IR, so it'll act like your remote control. But depending on the TV you have, it'll do a toggle. So it basically just sends the power state change signal to the devices, to your soundbar and to your TV, right? It'll send those to via IR, but it's not aware of whether or not the TV or sound system's on. It basically just says, all right, change state when it turns on, change state when it turns off, and it's really freaking annoying, especially when all the other devices do it, right? Again, sounds like first world problems. That's the whole point of the Rant channel. It's me to and complain and at first world problems when it comes to technology. Microsoft, I know you guys can implement this into your console, and with the Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S, oh my god, I can't believe I said that right on the first try. With those coming out later this year, they better have it. Now, I've read that they're supposed to have it, right? I've read somewhere, I can't remember where it was that I read it at, but they're supposed to have it. So I'm super excited about that. But then also, would you just put it into the Xbox One X and the Xbox One S and the standard Xbox? Just give us that feature. If you Google it, HDMI CEC Xbox One, you're going to see lots of people complaining about this, because the fact that it's not there basically means you have to old school turn on your TV if you have any other devices, right? So let's say you're watching Apple TV or something, you're playing PlayStation. That was the last thing you were doing. You go to turn on the Xbox will turn the TV on, but then it'll be on the input of the last thing you were doing if it doesn't change the input automatically, because the Xbox doesn't say, hey, change over to HDMI 3 or whatever, right? So depending on how your TV is configured, depending on how your PlayStation is configured, the TV may go to turn on that device. So now you just inadvertently turned on another device because it couldn't change inputs to the whatever told it to turn on. In this case, it was the Xbox One, and it's just an incredibly, inconvenient and infuriating thing, especially because like the Xbox One is told as like the all-in-one perfect experience. But, I give them the benefit of the doubt. It wasn't for the fact that Roku, of all the devices, supports CEC. The PlayStation 3 supported CEC. So this is not something that's relatively new. This has been around for a long time. I'm pretty sure the PlayStation 3 didn't launch with CEC, so at one point it was implemented at an older HDMI standard, but I know for a fact that the Xbox One X has HDMI 2.0, and so there are so many other things that are in that standard that are way past the CEC thing, right? So Microsoft, at any point, if you ever watch this, it'll probably be old news, but implement that feature. implement that feature. It seems like you're aware of it, and it seems like you guys want to implement it. So please implement the feature. Like, I don't know how else to ask. Like, please, like, pretty please, pretty please. So anyway, guys, yeah, if you know what I'm talking about, you have the same issue, throw a like on this video, leave me a comment down below. Definitely check out some of my other channels. I got a bunch of other channels. I know, I keep saying this, but new YouTuber. I have way too many channels, But yeah, you can find all the information down in the description below. And yeah, as always, see you soon.